which I kind of think you might be because I think the first 2 minutes didn't record. So let me give you a recap. I am making white chicken chili, making it ahead of time before we go camping or go on a road trip or anything like that, because then you can freeze it and then just heat it and eat it when you're ready. And it's really, really delicious. It freezes perfectly. It's got chunky chicken and corn and jalapenos and spices and green, what are those? Green chilies that are diced up. It's really got all kinds of great flavors. It's perfect for fall. What I have in the pot already is a little bit of butter, and I did the shallots, jalapenos, and garlic. I'm letting it come to a simmer. As soon as it comes to a simmer, I'm gonna add everything else. If you look down, again, with this is 360 in VR, you can just look down and see what we're talking about. I've got a rotisserie shredded chicken here. Doesn't get much easier than that. Some fresh corn on the cob. You certainly are welcome to use canned if you'd like. Some white beans, any kind that you want. You can use black beans, white beans, kidney beans, doesn't matter, but I'm using white because it is white chicken chili. And there are my diced green chilies. In this recipe, I am using canned to make it easier, but my favorite way to do this is to get whole poblano chilies. I put them in broil in the oven until they're charred on the outside, throw them in a plastic bag so they steam up a little bit, peel them, dice them, put them in. There's really not much better than that. But the canned chilies are pretty good for a close second. This is about to come to a simmer. I will be right back with you as soon as it's simmering, and we'll add the other stuff. Okay, so we've got some simmering goodies going on here, and now we're gonna add the next stuff. Now, what I like to do next is add, this is a mixture of cornstarch and water, just to thicken it up a bit. I like to add this now, just to make sure I get the right consistency. It is 4 tablespoons of cornstarch and 4 tablespoons of water. And it didn't quite dissolve, so give me a second here. All right. Now you just whisk that in. Heat it back up to a simmer, and then it should start to thicken up quite a bit. So let me turn the heat up. Now, once this gets to a nice thick consistency, I'm gonna add this rotisserie chicken, which I just shredded a few minutes ago, super easy to do. And my fresh corn, my diced green chilies, and my white beans. And then after that simmers for about 15 minutes, I'm gonna add the cream at the very end to make it nice and rich and creamy. So the thing about make-ahead meals for camping, they're really important. Now, as you know from the spicyapron.com, I do a lot of recipes while I'm camping. But it's very important to also do pre-made food that you can bring out and serve when you're there, because let's face it, you want to enjoy your time too. And if you're always stuck in the kitchen or, cooking over a stove or a campfire or whatever, it's kind of not that much fun. So I like to mix it up a little bit. In fact, there have been times that I have done every meal pre-made. We went on a houseboat trip, which is pretty much like camping on the water. And I decided to do all 3 meals a day for all 5 days ahead of time. I planned them, I made them, I froze them, and I took them with us on the houseboat. And it worked out beautifully because honestly, I could just sit back, have a few cocktails, didn't have to worry too much about the food, and everybody really liked it. So this is simmering now, and it's getting nice and thick. So all of the rest of our ingredients are gonna go in. It doesn't really matter the order. This is a really, really good chicken. Nice big rotisserie chicken, 2 ears of fresh corn on the cob, or you can use a can or 2 of canned. It doesn't matter. Fresh is better though. Now I use, 2 cans of diced green chilies. Depending on how much chili taste you like in it, you can add 3. I've done that before. I think most people on average like 2 cans, which would be the same as doing, I would say, 4 poblano chilies that you roast and diced yourself. And then add the beans. Now, once this simmers for about 15 minutes, I will come back, we'll add the cream, we'll serve it up, and you'll see how tasty it looks. So, I'll be right back. Well, I've been so busy trying to get my new microphone all working that I forgot to mention, as you look around with your panning of your phone or your tablet or your VR goggles, right over there, you'll see some funky light. It's a big square white light. And that is basically what goes on behind the scenes of food photography. Everybody's got these crazy goofy lights. That's one of the lights that I use. I have several, but for now in this setup, that's what I'm using. So that's what that thing is that you're staring at when you turn around, just in case anybody was wondering. Okay, back to the white chicken chili. It looks fantastic. Let me, here, try to do this for you. So if you can see, look in the pot, I think you can do this. All the chunks of chicken, the beans, the corn, the jalapenos, delicious. So now that this has been simmering for a little while, I am going to turn the heat off so I can add the cream. I do not like to add cream to boiling things because sometimes it can curdle. So all you have to do is turn the heat off, and then slowly add the cream. Yes, it's a lot, it's a whole cup. Plus I actually do a little bit bigger than a cup, but it makes it so delicious. So add the cream, stir it up a little bit, and then I also like to add fresh lime. It gives the whole pot just a really nice burst of freshness with just a half a lime. So incorporate it all. Now, if you are taking this as a make-ahead meal and you're gonna freeze it, now is the time to do that. So after it's all mixed, get a gallon-sized, get a heavy-duty zip-top bag. Let this cool down though. You don't wanna put this in a plastic bag. You wanna wait until it's room temperature, a little bit warmer than that. Put it in your Ziploc bag, close it up, lay it flat, and put it in your freezer. Then, when it's time to go, and this will probably need 2 bags, just so you know. It makes quite a bit. It'll serve 8 to 10 people pretty easily. So, once you do that and it's frozen, then on the day that you're going camping, just take them out. They're nice and flat and they act like ice blocks for your ice box. Put in your cooler, your food cooler. You don't want to mix food and drinks. And just put it in there so it won't spill as it thaws out. And then in a day or 2, when you are ready to heat and eat, it's all ready for you. You can either put it in a pot. You can even do kind of a boil in a bag thing with hot water. I do that sometimes too. It actually does work. So that's what you do at this point if you are taking it on a road trip. So now I am going to go ahead and serve it up. And I did just discover my ladle, apparently I only have one. It's in our RV, and I don't have that right here at home. So I'm using a measuring cup, which frankly is going to work really well. So I don't know if you can see all that corn and chicken. Oh, it smells wonderful too. All right, serve it up. The toppings, you're gonna want some cheese. I use white cheese because it's white chicken chili. Slap some tomatoes on it. Add a little bit of cilantro. Maybe a few extra tomatoes for the top. And there you have it. It's super hot, but I've got to taste it. Look at that, doesn't that look delicious? Can't you just imagine eating this when you're out camping and it's a cool fall night? Oh yeah, don't forget to bring bowls. I have done that where I served a soup or a stew. Forgot bowls, does not work very well. We all had to eat it out of cups. Okay, here goes. That was good. Excuse the cheese, but it was really good. Anyway, I hope you make it, I hope you freeze it, I hope you take it and enjoy it when you're out camping.